Hello, my name is MARELNA and I'm an astrologer. And today the talk is about the new moon on the 16th of October. And this new moon is in Libra at 23 degrees. And new moons are a perfect time to set intentions. And intentions are incredibly important because when we set an intention, we create our reality. Quantum physics has actually proven that what happens when we set an intention, the light waves become particles, and then reality is formed out of an infinite number of possibilities. So to set an intention is really important, and the best time to do that is at new moon. This new moon happens between 7 and 8 on the 16th, and I'm talking here about universal time. What I'd like to say is this moon triggers the conjunction of Saturn-Pluto that we had in January. Now, I've spoken about this before. Saturn is structure and Pluto is transformation. So when they came together in January, there's very much our structures have to transform. And this, of course, as we know, through COVID and all the protests and so on that is happening at the moment, the world is changing. Our world is changing. Our 3D world is changing. The intention this month, if you want to keep it in line with the universal message, is in Libra. And Libra is about finding balance in your life, creating more peace and finding love in the way that suits you best. So you can set an intention to say, I would love to feel wanted. I would love to be appreciated. In other words, set a very clear intention of what you would like. Libra is about love. And one of the intentions you could set is to be loved in the way that is right for you, to be loved in the way that you would love to be loved. For example, to be more appreciated, or to be more wanted, or to feel more beautiful, or being told that you feel more beautiful. All those old patterns that you want to erase, set your intention and ask for love to be in that way. And also, set the intention of loving yourself in that way, because perhaps that is the answer, to give yourself what you need so that you don't become needy. This is what Libra is all about. At a global level, it's about fairness and equality and justice. And we all know that the protests in the world are very much about this. So Libra is also about finding fairness and justice. So those are the intentions you can set. What I'd like to mention before I go on is that sometimes planets are retrograde. Now this means that they're on the same side of the sun as the Earth. They're very close to the Earth, and it seems against the background of the stars as if they are moving backwards. Of course, planets don't move backwards, but retrograde planets that seem that way are actually retracing their steps. They are going back over certain degrees in the zodiac. And what they're asking you to do is to go back and renegotiate or rewrite or anything with a re in front of it, renegotiate certain aspects of your life or contracts. And this is why we have retrogrades in the zodiac, is to retrace our steps and get the message in the way that we need to get it. At the moment, we have two planets retrograde, Mars and Mercury. This new moon at 23 degrees Libra actually is exactly opposite Mars, which is retrograde, and Eris. Now Mars is the planet of action. It's also the planet of assertiveness, and its shadow is aggression and tyranny. Mars is conjunct Eris. Eris is Mars' sister. She is all about discord and strife, but she's also about feminine empowerment. And while Mars is retrograde, what we need to do is to find out what pushes our buttons, what pushes your buttons, what makes you angry. And perhaps the disempowerment of the feminine is one of those issues that makes us all very angry. It's about the equality and the balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. The masculine outgoing, the feminine all about receiving and loving and also completion. So what we're working with at the moment with this new moon has to do with anger management. That's actually what it boils down to. The energy at the moment, because Mars is very much opposite this new moon and conjunct his sister Eris, so they're working together to create an energy which helps us to find what we are truly all about. But it also is square the planets in Capricorn. Now, Aries is the energy of me first. Capricorn is about the rules and regulations. They don't go very well together. And during this time, when the energies are irascible and very disruptive, you have to remember to remain strong, to remain grounded, and to set intentions which help you to stay positive. Positivity that aligns you with what you need to do. Rather than thinking about what could go wrong, think about what is the next action I could take that is best for the world, best for me, and best for my neighbor. This is the only way to be centered and grounded at the moment. I've written a little quote for us, and that is, the thing that is really hard and really amazing is giving up on being perfect and beginning the work of being yourself. And this is what all these energies are at the moment, is how can I accept myself for being who I am? Now, what happened 2 days before this new moon is Mercury, a little trickster in the chart and all about communication and our perceptions, also turned retrograde. And guess what? In Scorpio. Now, Scorpio has had a lot of bad press, but it is the sign of truth. But it is the sign of depth as well. So it is about deep truth, deep cleansing. And while Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio, what we need to remember is that half-truths won't work. But expressing it in such a way that it is aggressive doesn't serve any purpose either. So I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and perhaps forever or always, what happens is our communication and the way we communicate, the fact that we're angry or frustrated, is very much top billing. This is what we'll be working with, is how do I take my words and use them in such a way that people can hear me? Do you know that if you switch the letters in words, they become swords? And it is not to be cutting with your words or piercing with your words, but to use your words in a way that people can hear you. Chiron, the wounded healer, that's his archetype, is also in Aries. And this is helping all of us and supporting all of us to become who we are, to grow our presence. And this helps also to communicate what we need to communicate. So with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio and Mars and Eris and Chiron all in Aries, we are being empowered to express who we truly are, to have truthful communication about what is happening to us and where we would like to be. Libra is about opening your heart and speaking your truth. And this is what our intention needs to be about. This is going to be quite a battle. Astrological configurations at the moment are not easy. The world is being born again. The world is in a rebirthing process. And this rebirthing process is at the moment at its height. We're in the narrowest part of that birthing canal. So the next 2 and 3 weeks, stay out of fear, ground yourself, look at what you can do to change your life or what can be done to connect with others. Because Libra is also the sign of connection. It is ruled by Venus, the planet of love. Connect with others, share with others, and see where we have to collaborate to create a better world for all of us. And that's all for today. But please tune in for my video on the 31st of October about the full moon, a very potent full moon at that.